it's been a long time since I watched a movie that fucking just hit me. You know what I'm saying? It hit me. Yo, you ever just watch something that just hits so close to home, that just resonates with you, that just speaks to your soul? I just had that experience just now. I'm embarrassed because I pride myself on being an old head, being an 80s junkie, and just loving everything 80s, whether it be pop culture or movies or whatever. There's a movie that I have not seen from the 80s. I know there's a few of them I haven't seen, but this one I'm embarrassed about because this is kind of a popular movie that I have heard about, but I never watched it. And that is The Last American Virgin. I know what you're saying. Well, Rashad, that movie resonated with you? First of all, I'm not a virgin. All right, you got me all the way fucked up. I ain't been a virgin since I was 18. All right, and that was a crazy experience. But I've never seen the movie until now. And so not only am I embarrassed that this movie slipped under the radar for me, but I'm also upset at myself because I think if I'd have watched this movie a lot sooner, it would have stopped a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak and pain. This movie is a lesson. A lot of lessons. And just this 1 hour and a half movie, a lot of something from the 80s. A lot of life lessons in here. This is one of the realest fucking movies I've ever seen, 80s or not. One of the realest movies I've ever seen. Pause. I have to say, yeah, the dick measuring contest could have been done without, but other than that, one of the realest movies ever. And of course, they didn't do really good at the box office because I think it was just too real at the time. Like, this was right around the same time as Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And Fast Time at Ridgemont High has more acclaim or more, notoriety just because I think, Sean Penn, that was his first movie. And then it had a nice, sweet ending. This movie did not. So I'm gonna avoid as many spoilers as possible because I'm just gonna assume that you haven't seen it, and to those that did see it, shh. Most old movies I spoil because I've seen them over and over again, but this one I have not seen, so I'm just gonna assume I'm thinking for another Rashad G out there somewhere that has not seen it. I'm not gonna spoil it all the way for you, okay? But this film, mind you, from Canon Films, out of all fucking studios, Canon Films made one of the realest fucking movies ever. These three friends. You got Gary, Rick, and I forgot the fat kid's name. Shut up, I can say, okay, I'm fat, so I can say that, okay? That's just like, I can talk about black people, you can't. Listen, because I'm fat, I can talk about fat people, so shut up. It's the fat kid, Rick, and Gary. Gary's kind of the nerdy type, goofy. Rick is the pretty boy. He's also Troy from the Goonies. He's a pretty boy, he gets all the girls. And the fat kid, yeah, I like him the most because he just didn't give a fuck. Even though he's fat, not really that good looking, but he don't mind going up on any female. He just doesn't care. That's what I'm trying to develop now. Where I just don't give a fuck. Gary also is the ultimate simp. I've seen other simps in movies. I just reviewed Casino with Robert De Niro. He was a simp in there. This is a true case of simpism that I've ever seen. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I was Gary. I was that guy. I was that simp that went above and beyond to be there for a female, to try to win her heart and affection when the whole time she's feeling somebody else. Okay, so Gary is head over heels over this chick, Karen. Right, Karen. Head over heels over Karen. Beautiful girl. As soon as he sees her, he's like busting on himself. Okay, he's just giving her that stare, that creep stare, like,
I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough.
that song plays. But Karen ain't stunning him. Karen is not stunning him at all. Karen wants somebody else. That's the way it goes, Shout out to my big bro. Yo, he says, yo, whoever you want does not want you. How you put it? Whenever you want somebody, that person doesn't want you, they want somebody else. And in return, the person that they don't want them either. It's a constant circle. I probably said it wrong, but I think you know what I'm saying. He wants her, she wants somebody else. And that person ain't stunning her either. Be with the one that is stunning you. Okay, be with the one that wants to be with you, that's paying you attention. So many lessons in this movie. I think if you were a simp like myself, come on, there's nothing wrong with that. I think we were all simps at one time. Even the most coolest motherfucker out there was once a simp. I believe who's a cool motherfucker that I can think of that's real smooth, Billy D. Williams, Denzel, you know what I'm saying? These niggas was once simps. But you live and you learn. Okay? And what I like about this movie is that it doesn't have that beautiful, happy ending where you just leave feeling like, all right, man, good. You know, way to go, Paula, way to go. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Okay? This movie ends on some real shit. I related to it. I damn near shed a tear. I watched this movie 3 times. First time I watched it, I was like, wow, damn. The second time I watched it, I was drunk. And I shed a tear. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I shed a tear watching it. The third time I watched it, I was sober. I believe I was sober. I think I had a couple of drinks in me, but I wasn't drunk. And I'm like, it's been a long time since I watched a movie that fucking just hit me. You know what I'm saying? It hit me. But I didn't feel bad for Gary though. You know, I don't feel bad for Gary. I don't, because I've been there, and you have to learn from it. That's all I'm gonna say. So where am I at right now? 5:42. Listen, y'all. I might want to do a spoiler live stream on this, or a spoiler. Okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to see me do a spoiler video on this, comment freely below. Okay. If this video doesn't really get any views, I'm just gonna leave it alone. But if y'all really dig this video, y'all want me to really go into spoilers and talk about it, then comment, and I'll make another video really going into detail about it. But yo, The Last American Virgin is that movie that every man needs to see. Every man and every young man. When my son reaches 12 years old, I'm going to show him this movie. Yes, there's sex in here, there's nudity, there's drug use, okay? You shouldn't be showing your son that. Why not? It's life. Okay, this is the world that we live in. This movie is not exploiting anything like Porky's or a lot of, this is not the typical 80s teen movie. Yes, that stuff is in here, but it's shown in a real way, not in an exaggerated way trying to go for laughs or shock value. No, this stuff really fucking happens. And that's what I appreciate about this joint. There's times where you laugh, there's times where your heart breaks, there's times where you feel good. This movie had it all. So yes, every man should watch this movie. Every man should show their son this movie along with giving them the talk. About the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. That's it and that's all. So with that being said, first time watch, I give The Last American Virgin an A fucking plus. One of those movies that stuck with me. I can't stop thinking about it. And killer soundtrack too. It's got an 80s soundtrack. It's like a who's who of every hit from 1982. Including the James Ingram track, Just Once. I've been blasting that song ever since, man. And I just want to shed a tear. So with that being said, y'all, check this movie out if you haven't already. If you have watched it, comment what you thought about the movie. If you want me to do a spoiler talk on it, I will happily do that. And that's it and that's all. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.